Hey guys, Itaewon Sammy, king of gangnam Sammy. I'm out with you here on Saturday night, first night of curfew, and as you can see, it's snowing. Beautiful, beautiful snow. I'm going to talk to you today about how snow affects Seoul specifically, and why it's a huge problem. Anyway, today is the first day, December 18th. Traditionally, it is day one of the 14-day celebration of my birth. My birthday is on Christmas Day, which is in 7 days from today, and then 7 days after, ending on New Year's. So usually, because I'm working at a club, I'll make an excuse to party. But this year, I was supposed to have a huge party tonight, but that got canceled because of the COVID rules, which means everything must close at 9 p.m. So it's now 4:30 and I'm heading out to meet some friends at a lounge, have some drinks and have some fun, which will end at 9 o'clock, which is kind of good because trying to find a taxi is impossible these days. And I'll be able to, actually this place is only like 20 minutes away from my house by walking, and by bus it's like 10 minutes, but I'm pretty sure I can find a taxi tonight, so I'm not too worried about it. Anyway, snow in Seoul. So one of the things that I love about Korea winters is they do not get any precipitation. This is so rare, and it's going to screw everything up for several reasons, and I'll explain that in a moment. So number one, the way the weather patterns are is Seoul City does not get snow. Korea gets snow. It gets snow in the mountain ranges. It gets snow in the north and in the northeast in the mountain ranges. But here in Seoul, in the 13 years that I've lived here, it has snowed in the city to any extent where it sits on the ground, like it will today, 6-7 times, maybe no more than 10 times. So what does that mean? Well, they don't have snow removal services. Unlike in Canada, where you have to remove your snow in front of your place, they just throw it onto the street, which is what I'm walking through right now, because this guy is sweeping the snow onto the street, as you can see there. And the cities don't have snow removal services. I'm just gonna, that's kind of annoying. Let me zip up and I'll get right back to you. Hey guys, I'm back. So let's take a quick look around. So as you can see, most of the businesses don't really do the snow clearing. It's treacherous. And then what will happen is this snow will melt and then freeze, and then you get ice. So you got to really be careful when you're walking. In wintertime, hundreds of people getting broken ankles and stuff like that, and it's you can't sue anybody. It's just part of, you know, what happens. So anyway, talking about city snow removal services, they barely exist. In Gangnam they have it, but when I lived in Itaewon, when we had this huge snowfall like years ago, it snowed in. There's like nothing. There's no snow removal. I don't remember when they removed the snow. I think they brought the army in one year. Anyway, so this snow will melt in a day or so, but it's going to be treacherous today, tomorrow, Monday. And I'll tell you a story. My first year in Korea, look at that. My first year in Korea, I was here June. So my first snowfall was in January. Now I just started a new job in Bundang, so I was heading down to Bundang. Now, normally takes about 45 minutes by bus from Itaewon. But what happened was, it was snowing that day. There was about 10 centimeters of snow. Now, being a Canadian, 10 centimeters is nothing for me. It's like, okay, great, I'll just leave like 20 minutes earlier. I get to the bus stop. Bus 1 comes, it's full. Bus 2 comes, full. Finally, I gotta take the next bus. So I get on the bus, kind of empty, but it turns out I am the first person standing at the back of the bus. There were no seats. All right, get on the bus. Bus starts going. I gotta remember, people in Korea are not used to driving in the snow. There's not a lot of skill. Whereas in Canada, you know, you develop that skill. And these are bus drivers. They really don't have a lot of skill driving in the snow. So what ended up happening, get on the highway, the bus stops. It's not going anywhere. What was normally a 30-minute, 40-minute bus ride was 3.5 hours of me standing. And it was boiling hot. So many people were breathing that air circulating, was not circulating outside. Windows fogged up like this. And the roof started to drip. Needless to say, when I finally got to my destination, they had canceled, but there was no mobile phone, like text messaging. Well, I don't know. I can't remember. It was 13 years ago. It ended up being canceled. I had to take the subway back home because I wasn't getting back on a bus. And I got sick from all that breathing. But snow is not a good thing in Seoul. So if you're ever coming to Seoul and you want to remember not to get into the snow. Not to travel while it's snowing. Sorry. I should really clean that. Anyway, that's my story. Itaewon Sammy, king of Gangnam, Gangnam Sammy. I'm out. Hey guys, I'm back. Just getting ready. I'm at the Cheongdam corner. What a crazy, crazy, crazy day. Check this out. The streets are just awful. Look at the traffic. They're just going at a crawl. And take a look at this street. That's it. So the other thing I wanted to mention as well was the fact that, you know, Koreans' driving style is not the best to begin with. They're not bad drivers, it's just, it's the driving style, okay? And then when it comes to snow, there's no experience. And I've seen cars here with they haven't brushed the snow off. So how are you supposed to see what's behind you? Like there's a car right here. That one right there. This hasn't brushed the snow off the back of the car. How is he supposed to see what's behind him? You know, so it's just irresponsibility. And then people entering an intersection that they know they're not going to clear. Like, you know, they'll enter this intersection and then they'll just sit there blocking the other way. So it just, you know, it makes it worse to travel. Even at the best of times, traveling in Gangnam is not easy. And then to add to that a little bit of snow, and it just goes crazy. So like, for example, so just look at this. They're stuck there. They're not going to be able to move for an entire life cycle. So what does that, you know, what does that do for traffic? Well, stops all these cars from going anywhere, and they're just going to go and stand in the middle of the intersection now. They can't go anywhere, and they're going to toot their horns like the guy doesn't know he's blocking the intersection, but he's going to toot his horn anyways because he wants them to know that he's blocking the intersection. But he can't go anywhere because it's illegal to cross the crosswalk when there's pedestrians in there. So they're stuck there for the whole traffic cycle. So it just doesn't, to me, it doesn't, I don't understand the concept because, you know, like I've been driving in Canada for decades. So this car, he sat there for the entire life cycle. Now he does. All right, so frustration, yeah, a little bit, but whatever. Anyway, snow in Seoul is not a good thing. The streets are covered in salt right now, salt and sand, especially in Gangnam because, you know, they can afford it, the city. Like say for example, my neighborhood, where I lived in Itaewon, those hills, never. I remember sliding down the hill. Well, I wouldn't drive, number one. I wouldn't even drive in the heavy rain because it was awful. But this kind of weather does not help. So if you are in Seoul and you need to get around when it's snowing, plan ahead. Number one, take the subway. That's the only safe option. It's the only safe option. And if you have to drive, you know, plan. Itaewon Sammy, King of Gangnam, Gangnam Sammy. I'm out.